Hi, welcome back to YBA K Sports Sunday. We're now joined by YBA hockey analyst Ryan. Ryan, how you doing?
I'm doing really good, Alex.
All right, well, the Bruins have solidified the 3 seed in the NHL's Eastern Conference playoffs. They'll face off against the Canadiens, who they've had some tough times with this year, going back to that Zdeno Chara hit up against the glass about a month ago. Last year, I'm just that much in love with myself. Ryan, last year we saw the Bruins go through that terrible defeat after being up 3-0 to the Flyers. Is this a team that can get far in the playoffs this year, or are we in for a similar disappointment?
All right, Alex. I believe the Bruins are going to get quite far this season or this year. I believe we're going to see them possibly in the Stanley Cup. The Bruins and the Canadiens, that's their first matchup. They kind of created a bit of a team rivalry between each other after Zdeno Chara's hit, as you mentioned. The Bruins are 46, 25, and 11, which is 46 wins and 36 losses. And we have the Canadiens, who are 44 and 33. So the Bruins overall had a better regular season than them. They play better than them. They have Tim Thomas in net, who's saved, 65 goals out of... He saved 55 goals and out of possible goals, and he's a huge force in the net. He's someone to reckon with, and everyone knows his name. So when you come in and you have someone like Tim in net, and you have Zdeno Chara, who is now completely frightened the entire Canadian team, you're going to fly right by them. I'm going to see a couple games. They might win 1-2, but Bruins are going to skate right by the Canadiens. They should be no problem.
Earlier today, YBA's Tom Kelly voiced his thoughts on the Bruins playoff run. Let's check that out.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly, and I'm here to talk NHL playoffs. Is there a more exciting time of the year? No, not at all. Anyway, I'm here to preview the Eastern Conference quarterfinal series between the 3rd seed Boston Bruins and the 6th seed Montreal Canadiens. Half fans will try to cling to the fantasy that they're better than the Bruins just because they won 4 of 6 meetings this season. Come on! 3 of 4 wins versus Boston this season has come at Bell Center in Montreal, Quebec, which is an easy place to play for the road team. The one win in Boston was in early November when the Bruins were still finding themselves. Oh yeah, forgot, 7-0 Bruins in the last meeting. 7-0. Also, the Bruins have won 2 of the last 3 meetings versus the Habs. Also, they have way better depth in goal, backhand, and at center. In goal, no question. The Bruins have the best goaltender all year in Tim Thomas, and solid numbers with Tuukka Rask. All the Habs have is the joke, Carey Price, and on and off Al McSalt, and former Bruin. Also, the very reason the Bruins will outlast the Canadiens is depth on the blue line. All the Habs got is a depleted blue line. It's completely wiped out. No Markov, who is basically their blue line. No Spacek, no Georges. While Boston's blue line is growing stronger by the minute. Chara, Cabriolet, Knighty, Boychuk, just to name a few. The Habs shouldn't even try to mix with the Bruins physically. You all know how that ended up. How you doing there, Pacioretty? Last but not least, both teams are pretty even down the middle. But where the Bruins are going to have the edge is playoff experience. Lucic, Recchi, Kelly, Thornton, Ryder, Bergeron, Krejci, overwhelming, have at least 3 years of playoff experience under their belts, perhaps more. The Habs forwards are young and inexperienced and will get tired as the series goes on. So that's why I picked the Bruins in 5 hard-fought games. And guess who has tickets for game number 1? Me! Guess me and the Bruins are winning. I'm Tom Kelly for YBA Sports.
All right, so we're back here now. Guys, who has to step up for Tom's prediction to come true and the Bruins to win this series?
I want to be honest, Alex. I believe the Bruins are absolutely going to win it. It's going to be close, though. It's not going to be a straightforward win. As I said earlier, it's going to go back and forth a bit. The Bruins, I got to agree with Tom. The Bruins absolutely do have a lot more experience. You got Lucic, you got Krejci, you got Thomas in net, as I said, a big force. We got Chara in the back. We got Knightley. You got an entire team of players who played with each other. They all know what they're doing out there. They know the pressure that's put on you when you're on the ice. And I honestly believe that the Bruins are just going to take it all the way this year.
Wow.
I just have a question. Will you be surprised if the Bruins come out of this in defeat?
I can't say I'd be surprised. It could go either way, really. I'd be disappointed. I feel like the lineup they have this year and with the already clinching the Eastern League and what they've already accomplished, just to fall down and to lose to the Canadiens would be kind of a disappointment. But no, I wouldn't be surprised.
What's the difference between this year's team and last year's team?
Well, this year's team, they actually have a lot more time together. They've had a better regular season. They've another year with the players playing with each other, more coaching, less injuries, as you see. And then what we already have is this. What happened this year didn't happen last year. Is Zdeno's big hit, and a lot of people look at it in a negative way, but you can look at it as kind of like a confidence in a bad way, and a confidence booster. It's gets the team going, gets the rivalry going, and not to say in a good way, but hatred towards each other. You wanna beat that team with more effort now more than ever.
Okay, so now we're going to shift gears, go over to some golf, the Masters. We bring in West Coast correspondent Kunal Singh. Kunal, how you doing today? Kunal, how you doing today?
Hello, Kunal.
I'm doing good.
Well, he'll be with us in just 1 second. But, guys, watching the Masters, you had young Rory McIlroy at 21 would be the second youngest person to win behind Tiger Woods. He was leading today. He had a solid lead, and then he triple bogeyed on a hole, and now he's out of contention. Can somebody as young as Tiger Woods ever win it again, or was that a one-shot thing?
Honestly, I believe Tiger Woods has a chance at coming back up and winning it. He had a hard loss, and he had a couple setbacks, as you might know, Alex. But I believe that he has what it takes to win. He has that ability. And again, kind of going back to the hockey, he has the experience. He has the experience to win it, and he knows what he needs to do.
Well, I definitely think that it can happen. It can happen. Just somebody as good as Tiger Woods, or even better, has to come along and be. I mean, it's never. I mean, there's always going to be a new golfer, a new baseball player, a new basketball player who takes the heroes and the great players from the past and makes a new legacy of his own, and steps up his game. I mean, there's always going to be that in any sport that you play. You just got to know when that's going to happen. You do not know.
You got to think about it though. The question would be: has Tiger Woods passed his prime? Has he already gone to where he could be, and then fallen, or is he still on his way up? And is he still the best golfer alive?
Well, he'll prove that today if he wins the Masters.
Yeah. So I guess we have to wait and see. Alex, do you think he's good enough? Do you think he's good enough to win it?
I think he's looked good, but he just can't putt anymore after he took his hiatus. I've seen him miss a lot of easy putts. I think he's going to have to capitalize on that to win. And I don't think anybody younger than him will ever win it. At 20, 21 years old, you can't get much younger than that just to be professional in the first place. And then to win on the biggest stage, I think would be difficult. Guys, if Tiger Woods wins, does that kind of improve golf's ratings? They've been down since he took his hiatus a year and a half ago. If he wins, does that help? Or have people just given up on the sport?
Honestly, Alex, I think that his whole hiatus and everything that's happened to him and all the downfalls and pits, and I feel like that's kind of upped golf a little bit. It kind of brought it to the spotlight, and people started looking at it a bit more. Nike definitely capitalized on the moment, brought him back in, and he, I feel like if he won, yeah, it absolutely would put golf. You'd see it all over the news and say, like, oh, Tiger Woods taking it up and accomplishing it and, getting back on the scene and, yeah, I guess putting golf back in the news.
Well, I would compare this kind of to how when Michael Jordan left for minor league baseball, I kind of compare one of the NBA's best player leaving to play a different sport and having other players step up in his place. And Tiger Woods leaving, best player in the world, leaving and having other players step up in his place.
And now we bring in West Coast sport correspondent Kunal. Kunal, how you doing today?
Hey.
So, Kunal, what do you think about the Masters? Can Tiger Woods win this year?
I mean, Tiger, he's out. He just finished. He finished at -10, and so. But I don't think anyone's gonna drop that badly because I mean it's coming down to the wire this year. I mean there are like 4 players -10, and then there are 3 players -9. It's got Adam Scott -11 on the 16th. But I don't think Tiger. He made some unforced errors, which I think will miss him because he could have finished -11 or -12, which would have gotten him the lead. But just those unforced errors made the biggest difference. And, I mean, Adam Scott is playing great. He just hit a par 3 shot with his away from the hole, 5 feet away from the hole, and I think if he birdies this hole, he wins definitely. I don't think Tiger made it this year, but I think he did great, and I think he'll get most of his fans back.
We were talking earlier with Rory McIlroy at 21 years of age, almost becoming the second youngest person to ever win a Masters. Do you think we'll ever see somebody younger than Tiger Woods win one, or do you think at that age there just isn't enough experience and Tiger Woods was a special exception?
I do not think anyone at that age besides Tiger. I mean, Tiger played probably the best golf near that age. And, I mean, Rory McIlroy is, I don't know if you guys are watching this, but I'm at a Masters party, and Rory McIlroy was bogey, double bogey, and now he's like -4 for the day. And I think just with lack of experience for him, he just choked, definitely. And he shot a terrible 75 plus, I think, this round. Just didn't have a good day, choking under the pressure. And I don't think anyone that young can win a mid-tournament like the Masters.
Yeah, I got to agree with you, Kunal. The way I think about it is Tiger Woods has been through everything. He's had experience, he's had trials, troubles, and he's come out, and Tiger Woods, no matter what, no matter everything he's been through, never really fully chokes. So he'll have a couple games, he'll have a couple bad shots, but there's people like Roy who just, you cannot rely on them to have a good game the whole way through because they don't know the pressure that they're going to be under.
Do you definitely think, is this a stepping stone for Tiger Woods to get back into the game of golf?
Yeah, it is. I mean, he played great. He just, the first round and the third round for him weren't the best, but the second and the fourth rounds, he shot great. Maybe I think he shot a 6-7 today, and the day before, I think it was around a 65. I mean, it was a big stepping stone for him, and I think he can really regroup, maybe win some minor tournaments, maybe one or two, maybe the U.S. Open he could win because this is a big stepping stone for him. And I think he got a lot of his confidence back by shooting this low in a tournament like the Masters.
Do you think that if Tiger works on his putting game, do you think that he'd have a better shot at the U.S. Open or at any other Opens coming up?
Oh, definitely. Putting is you putt for the money, and if you just work on your putting, he did have a couple of sweet putts, and you can't do anything about it. And actually, he was very unlucky on some putts. He was just made microscopic differences in the swing, could have gotten it in. But I think he needs some more practice. But then definitely, if he gets putting up, he can definitely win a major.
Okay, Kunal, so you recorded a blog earlier today. Would you like to introduce that?
Yeah, so basically I talked about the Masters, and my predictions were way off. I picked Rory McIlroy to win, but that's not happening, I guarantee you. And PT2 and a few other players I think would do good, and they're actually tied for third. And I also talked about the Red Sox, and you can just check it out.
Hello everyone, I'm Kunal Singh with your sports talk for this week. Last week I know I was not on the show because of the best Indian holiday, Holi. If you're not familiar with this holiday, it celebrates good over evil, simply. What makes this holiday stand out is because you get to throw powder or paint at other people to scare away spirits. It's like Halloween, except for you don't dress up in costumes and there's no candy, you don't trick or treat, well, that kind of stuff. Now, welcome to the 75th Masters. As you know, the Masters are this week. The final round is today, and young gun Rory McIlroy leads by 4 shots over young gun Jason Day at 21 years old of age. -12 is Rory, and -8 are 4 other players. No comeback for Tiger in my point, because if McIlroy shoots his
And we're back. Good job, Kunal. Okay, so we're going to go to a break right now. And on the other side, we have Max Block and Jimmy Myers, and then the new segment, the Sports Challenge. So make sure you stick around.